Welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. We haven't touched this game in a week or so, so let's get back to it, because for all it is a chore to read out, it's very text and dialogue heavy. I want to see where the plot goes with this, so we're going to give it another go and get a bit further into it. I think the story's going to be quite good. How are you guys anyway? Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Let's jump straight back in. So, these are the union guys who are striking, I think. And I think I left it that we were just about to go and talk to them. And that's where I stopped, because I figured this was going to be a very dialogue-heavy phase. It's day 2 of the investigation. And I think this is where we need to jump right in. Why is my morale down? I think I must have failed a test already. I'm going to be careful with that. I do not want to... If that goes down, I'm dead. But we can heal. We can heal before it gets that critical. So... we're back in this cafeteria, nightclub place, hotel. I don't know what to call it, really. The Whirling Rags, I think is his name. And let's go see who we're going to talk to. Some not very important people in the background. I don't know why that window is of interest. Why is that window of interest? Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. Look out the window. I can't see. What if I squint? There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. Squint. Oh, same thing. Okay, I can't look out the window. There's something to see out there that's of some relevance, so we'll keep an eye on that. Right, let's go and talk to her. She was the gardener, or she claimed to be a gardener. She's clearly not.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
She crosses her arms. What's your role in all this? Like I already told you, I'm a legal counsellor. She crosses her arms again. Do you have hearing problems? Do you have arm crossing problems? What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority in Martinez or no one. I think this sounds familiar. I think we maybe got this conversation on the last stream, but it looks like it's all fresh to talk to. Why are you so aggressive? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock work. Why is there dock workers like that? These people are just dock workers. I don't know why the stars are used like that. Maybe it's to add emphasis to the way she's pronouncing it. I'm not sure. Kim. So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects? Just dock workers? I think that's supposed to be just dock workers. I think that's how it's supposed to be, because we've already got the speech marks, because it's their dialogue. So I wonder if that's why the emphasis is there. Any suggestions or alternative ideas, let me know. Listen, you Morrolinton lackeys. You're a mob enforcing the unlawful privatisation of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards. I can see where this is going. They're talking about corruption in the corporation. Same old stories that we have today. Hell yeah, the tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer. So, ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Okay, this looks like it might be an important choice. The world needs a financial buffer zone, no need to get emotional. Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny? Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. Bad idea. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? I don't like any of these options. Let's try that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask those questions. Let's. Her expression stiffens. Be straight with me. What kind of music do you listen to? She looks as if pondering whether to answer or not, but then shakes her head slightly. Anodic dance music. You wouldn't get it. Dance music, basically disco. I know all about it. No, she steadies her breathing. Not disco. Disco is undead. The hell it is. I guess it's fair to say you guys have it on life support. A lot of people out there appreciate a good disco breakdown. I don't care. You're right, I don't know anything about music. What is anodic music? It's beyond the horizon for you. Conceptualization. She means it's part of the future you won't experience. What if I want to? It's in my mind for some reason. Ooh, what is anodic music? I've got a task. Got to find out what it is. There is nothing a determined man could not achieve. We'll find out about that. Okay, let's put on a new record. Let's. What are you going to do to me? The lieutenant is not satisfied with the approach. So what are we going to do to you? She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter, devoid of joy. The union isn't going to do anything to you. It's not a crime syndicate. It's a labour organisation. A gruff humph from the table. Goddamn right it is. If anything, it's the RCM who do things to people. She shakes her head, but we digress. Maybe we'll talk later. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just talk to this guy who looks like a bit of a boss. He's got a baseball cap on. I wonder if he was the guy who was humphing and snorting and drinking his beer in the background. Let's go find out. Say hi to your mama for me.
This is where you say your bit.
It is. Titus Hardy. This is where you say your bit. A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective?
The best bit of voiceover ever. Kim. Detective. The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
He's talking to me? He's talking to me? Drama. Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire. The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into distance like a prince. Tempted. No, that's coming off as a bit too arrogant, I think. We won't do that. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him? A real looker, that one.
What do you think I was here to talk about?
You're sure taking your time. Waiting for him to get all ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Well, I could do with a hand with that.
Oh, he's a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Was that supposed to be laughter in the background?
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Okay.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
He slaps his forehead. Kind of hard with a baseball cap on.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Scan the room. No, 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 he points at himself. Eyes here. You got business with my boys, you got business with me. He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them. Oh, I was waiting for the voiceover. Sorry. Yeah, you mess with the Hardy boys, you mess with Titus Hardy, shouts the scrawny rat-faced man, 2 teeth missing in the front. Eugene. Relax, Dennis. No one is messing you yet, says the 40-something man from the corner, with a plectrum hanging from his neck. Glenn. Yeah, Dennis, calm down. A blonde man in his 30s agrees. No one's messing you. Alain. Let Dennis enjoy his messing, man. We don't mind. You notice gang tattoos. The man must be either Mesk or Saramizian. I think we had a lecture on all these races and nationalities in the last stream, and I've forgotten all of it because it went on forever. Fat Angus, that's a nice name. Yeah, the fat guy in the middle lets out a little chuckle. You're not even being F, Dennis. Is this relevant to anything? Easy, fellas. We got company. Titus puts an end to it. Let's see what brings the cop around. Perception. Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture. A picture of what? Of the actors here. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys. That's a good idea. That might make sense. Do I just ask him about the hanged man? The union guys are against the corporation. That was a corporation security guard. I'm curious. The hanged man in the backyard. Did you do it? The pretty boy? He takes a sip from his can. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy. Funny, Lieutenant says without a smile, but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Container belt? Like we use in the harbour? Yes. Why? Because we took it, he says, from the harbour where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. I think he's joking. We did this. He looks you dead in the eye. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck. Aha. So you just confessed to murder? Goddamn right, I... Elizabeth. No, the woman interjects. These seven... I don't know why the game uses it like that. It's hard to tell how it's supposed to be putting emphasis on the word. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time. So they're all confessing to them. Is this supposed to be serious? Rhetoric. All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic. Who called the shots that night? Are you deaf? There'll be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. Thanks, Rhetoric. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here? I'm just going to ignore her. Who do you think does? He sounds more amused than angry. Point at Titus. You do. You give the commands. Or Elizabeth. I thought she did. Point at Fat Angus. The biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. Bow to the bearded man. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most venerable member. If I do, you give the commands, and he says, damn right, that means he's responsible, and I can arrest him. Shanky, that's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas? He looks around for approval. He's just dropped his boss in this. Titus grins. I think you got your answer, Mr. Law. No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man. Let's get the information. Okay. How did you kill him? We hanged him up by his neck until he got real stiff. Wasn't that obvious, Copper? He was bruised as well. Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot? Can you give us a few more details? Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams. Titus, you don't have to clarify anything. We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck and hanged him till he was dead and steady. Then we left him for seagulls, maggots. The small man points at you. And you. How did you manage to overpower him? Oh, composure, challenging. Things aren't quite right here, are they? I want to be able to come back to this. Where did this overpowering happen? Right here. He looks around. Pranced in here like he owns the place and got what was coming to him. And how did he manage to overpower him? With numbers, asshole. How do you think? He looks at the woman. You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here. No, wait. Reaction speed. No, he hasn't. Not yet. I'm going to do it. Oh, it's 58%. I got a bonus from that. Nice. Fingers crossed, fellas. Here we go. 58%. Things aren't quite right here, are they? Yes! Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few of the others, but... who's cracking under the pressure? Fat Angus. This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Endurance. A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack. Hey, you, turn to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there? Fat Angus. No. He looks up, startled. His forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat. Shanky. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fat he is. The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. F off, Shanky. The big boss steps in. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle. Composure. Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later he's going to break like a piece of twig. Okay, Fat Angus is the one we go after. Fat Angus sounds like Burger King's latest special, doesn't it? I'll have the fat Angus, please. Oh, no, that's right. I don't go into Burger King because it's shit. There's something you're not telling me. Yeah, and F you too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not just yet. Right, I have other questions about the lynching. Like what, copper? Hey, McSphincter. How are you? Got a busy week planned? Anything interesting going on? When did this hanging incident occur? Let's find out. You don't have to keep answering his questions, the fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie. Relax. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long had you known the victim? Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole. Yeah, who do you think we are? Spice Girls. Who do you think we are? Titus. Quiet. Titus gives Glenn a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? Pines? Pines? Why is that familiar? Oh, that's the lady who gave us the money, who lives on the yacht, I think. I think that's who he's talking about. By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for Wild Pines? The lieutenant pretends to check his notes. The same company you're striking against? No, he stresses. I mean, the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to F us over. You know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough. That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. She turns to you. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Why did you kill him? Why? He hisses through his teeth. Because he was worthless mercenary scum, and he stepped out of line in my town. So he was a mercenary. That's it. And he stepped out of line, he repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. What kind of mercenary? A kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Lee Schmin and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Orange's Special Forces. I don't remember these names coming up in the discussion we had last time about nationalities. You got nothing special on lately? 2 weeks ago you got your Australian citizenship. Oh, congratulations. So you are an official Aussie now, is that right? Nice place to live. Eugene, a live grenade. The man spreads his arms. Right here, in our bar. I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. How do you know he was even in Special Forces? Because one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Orange's goddamn Special Forces. I'm going to F you all. Really? Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Orange's paratrooper song and said he's going to F everyone. We couldn't believe it either, but he did, right there. He points at the stage like some kind of animal. This is bullshit, right? This isn't really... This is sarcasm. I'm sure this has to be sarcasm. Sire, the tale is true. Apparently not. So this guy waltzed into a bar full of people that he would know would, disapprove of who he was and what he does, and goes up to the stage and starts singing that he's Special Forces. It sounds highly unlikely. But my senses tell me they're telling the truth. So... this is a serious violation of the karaoke code. Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong? Oh, breakthrough imminent. What? What's that? That sounds important. Wrong, he roars. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. He wipes spittle from his mouth. Now we're getting to it. From rape to harassment to threats of violence, why the strange de-escalation? That's true. That's going from serious to less serious. Empathy. He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice. Ah, okay. Oh, he regrets mentioning it. Right, that kind of makes sense. Barbie's all round for you? Yeah, go and chuck a prawn on the Barbie. Crack open a few tinnies. I've seen Neighbours. I know how they talk in Australia. I'm down with it. I'm wise. Let's see, where did he get to? Let's see. To kill us if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. He cracks his knuckles, and that was before he started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favourite joint now. Started coming here every night, drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage. He grabbed someone. The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Yeah, this girl's in the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. He grabs her legs, starts screaming. Oh my God. I can't read this out. I just can't read this out. It'll get kicked off YouTube straight away. Show me a beep. Why don't you? I need a beeper. That's what I need. I need a beeper. Hey, Trollsium. How you doing? And Indigo. Welcome. Show me your junk. Then he gets knocked over on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down. Shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said? Aren't you listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you listening? He repeats like a parrot. There's something odd here. You're telling me I don't need a sixth sense to tell me there's something odd with this story. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it. Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation. No, there's a moment of silence. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. Volition. I'm glad I put them 2 points in that by accident. There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you. You murdered him just like that? No remorse? How many people have you sent to the chaise? Ever felt remorse for them? I'm guessing that's like the electric chair. Or the electric couch, maybe. Chaise électrique is a method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad. Or send them to reunion, to rot for 20 years, for life. He says it as if it were worse than dying. I'm guessing reunion's a really bad prison. Let's see. These were all bad people, criminal. I don't want to say that. But what we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. But you see, a lawman, he says, squeezing his beer can, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die. Why don't I just arrest you? Let's front up to this guy. This will be fun. Yeah, lawman. He takes a step closer as well, fixing his ball cap. Why don't you? Conceptualization. It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you. Shanky. Not in the arresting mood, his mean little eyes come alive with hatred. Kim. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. You confess to murder. I'm taking you in. Yeah, let's do it. Look, coppers. Titus opens up his vest, revealing a holstered firearm. I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us and 2 of you. That's a good point. Kim has a muzzle-loading pistol. That's 1 shot before it's empty. I don't have a gun at all, but he might not know that. What we need... If I had a 6-shooter, we'd have 7 shots between us. I don't think it's going to go to violence, is this? The bore's the size of your eye. I can almost see the stars. That's like a big shooter then. The little guy was right. I'm not in the arresting mood. It shows weakness, but I think we can come back and get some more information out of these later. Oh, damaged morale because I stepped back. The little guy? You're the little guy. Now he grins, the gap in his teeth like a rotting hole. So, little guy, the frontman closes his vest, still not smiling. You had some questions? I wonder if I should have done that. Anyway, it's done. We're moving on. So, what are we going to do now? Prove your authority to Titus Hardy. I could have done that by arresting him, maybe. Elizabeth. Nothing. Her reply comes sharp. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez. Go back to your stations where you belong. They don't like us round here. I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. Lieutenant closes his notebook. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this. Could be hiding it for something else. Task updated. Oh, I'm going to have to look at these tasks. Good luck with that. He grabs another beer. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is going to hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. I've got to say something. Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now. Authority challenging. Ha ha, that's not going to work. Establish authority. Okay, I'm going to take off now. I'm going to go and check the footprints in the yard. Thoughts complete. Advanced race theory. Right, now... That's a weird picture. Now we can get into the docks and find some more stuff. Learning cap for rhetoric raised to 5. +1 conceptualization. The mystery is mostly aesthetic. Excellent. I have no other thoughts to work on. That gives me just +1 conceptualization. So that's good. I'm hurting for logic with these current thoughts. That's because I'm considering myself to be a magnesium-based life form. But that +2 volition is quite handy. Interesting. Did we get any... We didn't get any extra equipment. I've got booze and fags. We're happy there. Yeah, running around tail between my legs is definitely what I'm doing here. Living to fight another day. Who put the clothes in the trash? We still need to find out who else has unauthorized access to the whirling trash. Find this person and you know who tampered with the scene. So that's the thing. It's either that Sylvie, who was on the phone to us and didn't really like us, or it could be the lady who was staying in the room upstairs who seems to have vanished without a trace. I've got to track down my gun. I've got to... That's buy some pants from Kuno. That seems to be less of an issue. I've got to find some money to pay the rent. That might be a struggle. I've got to get some drugs for Kuno. Oh, listen by day. This is quite nice. So I've got to find the cryptozoologist. I think I've got to get the canal working again to get over there. Yeah, it's been a while before that. I've got to find out what anodic music is. People are listening to these. What's this music people are listening to these days? Maybe if you were to stumble upon some young adults later on. This is a long-term side thing. Don't fret it. Kuno might know. Prove your authority. We're going to have to work on that. Anyway, out the back as fast as we can. While we think of other ideas. And let's have a drink, because my throat's already feeling tired. So who's been watching any Outer Worlds gameplay already? Seen anything you like? Anything interesting? Wait, can I run? Oh my god, I can double click to run? Why has the game never told me that? That's a game changer completely. I just found out by accident. That's okay. That's a complete game changer in this. I wish I knew that. Outer Worlds isn't out in a few days. It is Friday, I think, is the official release. I might be wrong about that, but a few streamers have got early access to it, and some of the big name, as they like to call themselves, review platforms have had early access and have already reviewed it. When I say big name, I'm talking about places like IGN and is PC Gamer. PC Gamer might have done. Platforms that I don't really trust reviews from because they tend to be overly positive about all the new games, and therefore the companies like shoveling stuff at them early. Yeah, I don't fully trust a lot of the articles. I'm not sure about PC Game. I don't know if I included them in that lot, but yeah, there's a lot of the big review platforms are a bit iffy. You saw some channels already put out review vids. Yeah, there's some. Oh, it's ACG. Carrick. He's someone I really trust for reviews. He's just released his review today. Apparently, for some reason, he had a deadline on the review that was later than all these other people. So do go and watch him. ACG on YouTube. He's does great quality reviews. He's well worth looking at. Check out Skill Up, yeah. Oh, Skill likes. I don't think he's done his review yet, but Skill likes The Outer Worlds. He says it's really good. So, and he's generally pretty good with his verdicts as well. Pretty accurate. Well, along my lines of thinking. I mean, if he likes a game, there's a good chance that it's something that I would probably like as well. Let's see.